Hello, this is Oscar. I am from Spain. I am from a city called Zamora in the north part of Spain, close to the border with Portugal. And I have been living in Poland nearly 5 months, and I have my own company working on solar energy and photovoltaic solar energy here. One of the things that surprised me more in Poland is the mentality of many people, especially people over 40, 45, because I think that they were used to live in the communist time and maybe in poor conditions of life. And now they want to be rich as soon as possible, and they prefer to earn quick money as soon as possible again. Instead, maybe they even prefer to get 1,000 euros now if they have the chance, instead of maybe waiting and get 10 times more in several months. This was really quite impacting for me. What I don't like from Poland, there are really few things that I don't like, but one of them is the let's say the relation between people, because it's quite different to the relation that we have between people in Spain. Here, I would say that it's a little bit colder, the one in front of the other, because everybody seems to be much more polite in front of the other, and I am not used to be so in a high level of to be really polite with them, and sometimes I had some problems with them. And yes, few things that I don't like is maybe the trains. I think that I have not been the first one to mention that, but here you cannot make plans when you have a train, because you never know at what time you will arrive. And obviously at the end, yes, the train is smelling, so not very well. Parties in Poland. So parties in Poland are okay, and most of them take place in flats, private flats, and it's quite interesting because in the most of the cases, the core of the party is the kitchen. And even in a small kitchen, like 10 square meters, 6 square meters, something like that, you can meet 10, 12 people, all them, and just around a couple of bottles of vodka, several beers and orange juices and so on. Everybody just shouting, crying, and it's really funny. And this is what I like from the parties in Poland. For instance, obviously here you cannot drink at the street. It's completely something forbidden. And this is something that we have in Spain. We have a botellón, plenty of people, or just a small group of people, 5 or 6 people drinking at the street, or maybe 5,000 people drinking at the street. And obviously, I couldn't say that it's legal, because it is not really legal, but let's say illegal. In the way that, for instance, in the south of Spain, you can join this such botellón in many places. The advantages of the botellón that we have there, obviously, is that you can get drunk sooner and for a reasonable amount of money, obviously not expensive. But and you can obviously meet many people there and make relations and so on. But obviously, in the opposite, this is always generating fightings, people shouting, people pissing at the street, troubles with the police, troubles with the neighbors. So in this case, we have our pros, but we have as well our not really good things about this botellón. What I like especially from Warsaw, is the plenty of opportunities that you can find here. Being an European capital, you can always find a right place to make businesses for entrepreneurs, and you can as well find the time and places to enjoy and to have fun and so on, in which refers to business, even if the general situation in Europe is still quite hard. For instance, in comparison with Spain, the situation in Warsaw and in general in Poland, I could say, is still much better. So even if the tendency tends to drop up and so drop down and so on, but it's still okay. For instance, in Spain, we have an unemployment rate over 26% of the population. And here in Poland is obviously less than half of this number. So still in Poland is quite okay. In Spain, we have several families with old members in an employment situation, just living maybe just from the retirement salary of one of his members and so on. And I guess that in Poland and in Warsaw, this is much better now. And there are plenty of room for businesses, for entrepreneurs, and even for foreign companies to invest here and so on. People in Poland ask me about how the Spanish people like and how we are. Obviously, everybody told me about flamenco, sunny places, beaches, parties, and as well toros, corrida, always. And I have always to explain about that. And this is a really controversial topic in Spain because there are many people against that corridas now, because obviously many people think that it's very cruel for the animals, for the toros, for the bulls. And obviously, on the other hand, we have the tradition, and you cannot erase traditions for a country now. So it's still a very controversial topic, and I wouldn't say that I would choose one thing or another thing. This is just something that everyone has to decide if they like that or if they don't like that. Differences between Spain and Poland in terms of mentality and culture. Okay, I feel that differences are still high and still strong. For instance, Polish people, they are much more polite because they are always telling dziękuję, dziękuję bardzo, proszę, proszę bardzo, nie ma za co, przepraszam, przepraszam bardzo. So it's like every time just asking for things or just excusing for something that they did. But it's so really polite that I cannot get into that. And I am always in another side, and I think that sometimes I look like maybe not really, but in a certain ways a little bit rude in front of them, and they look like, okay, who are you and what are you doing here? Because this is not the right way. Okay, so this is quite interesting difference between Polish and Spanish people. This is what I feel. Pozdrawiam internautów Wirtualnia Polski. Agradecemos a los espectadores que nos están viendo en estos momentos. Saludos.